Welcome to the Rye 5, where we review and rank our top 5 here. I'm your host, Rye Snide. I'm joined today with...
I'm Corey Snide.
All right.
Rest assured.
So here what we got today is the part 3 of a 3-part deal we've got here with different candies. We had non-chocolate candies, chocolate candies, and now we got part 3 of bars, chocolate bars. So hope you are ready for that one. And in no particular order here, obviously, I've got number 5, Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Really, I'm surprised that you like that one.
It's definitely out of my normal wheelhouse of normal candies. So I'm not really too big of a chocolate person, but it does have some peanut butter as well. So what do we got here?
The Butterfinger, the original, not the snackers, not the little piddly bits. You want the full-size finger, the whole finger.
The whole bar.
So it's a classic. I'm sure everyone gets the nostalgia of the Bart Simpson commercials back in the day. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger, so said Bart. It's a great one. It's actually on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm not very fond of it is because of the tooth aspect of it, where it's like it's very hard, but it's one of those kind of like the Milk Duds we mentioned in the candy episode before. If you're patient with it and let it soften.
100%.
I don't know if you were surprised to learn this, but I was surprised to learn that center is a form of peanut butter. It's just super dried peanut butter.
Okay.
But it is delicious. I don't know how that makes it much saltier.
Yeah. So... Now, I did have that thought of, now maybe we could maybe make a part 4 out of this, because I do characterize the way that I like candy differently if it is the mini version.
If it is the mini, interesting.
Because I definitely like the Butterfinger bites over like a whole Butterfinger because, like you said, like the tooth aspect of it. But yeah, Butterfingers, they've always been really good, especially if you freeze them.
Yeah. You can do that with most candy bars if you're not candy literate.
Yeah,
you can freeze any of them and it changes them completely.
Yeah,
and we'll get to that on one of mine here. It's a very important aspect, but. I don't know if your miniature categorization is going to change something. We'll get to it. Actually, let's get ahead. So, I just wanted to mention that the Butterfinger, it's popularized by Nestle because, of course, all the candies we're going to mention today are owned by either Hershey's, Nestle, or Mars.
Wow,
they're
I was
all
going to say that definitely breaks it all down, all of the...
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
They're much like media today. Everything's owned by like 3 to 5 companies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they were originally Ferrera, and I think Ferrera still has some sort of stake in it because it very clearly states everywhere I did any research on Butterfinger, like Ferrera's Butterfingers. And I was like, all right, well, it says Nestle on the fucking.
So, are you talking about like the Ferrero Rocher, like those, like little bar, like or little balls?
Yes.
Like the very like delicacy, like chocolate.
Yeah, much like I guess Palmer is sort of another one that's like it's a more established, but But Butterfinger kind of fell out of that. You know,
For
it's
sure,
very
yeah.
much Butterfinger. You can find them anywhere. But yeah, it's that same company. It's that same
Okay.
company. And most of these, I wish I had done enough research to know, like, I kind of wanted to shout out all the original companies, but I had a hard time finding that on some of
Yeah.
these, the original companies, because, you know, they just get bought up by these big guys.
Big guys, yeah. So,
But
what would be
sticking
your
to-
number 5?
Sticking to sticking to Nestle, sticking to this kind of echelon of candy bars, another nostalgic pick for me, but it's one that I've got some nostalgic picks here on honorable mentions and stuff where it's like I was saying before we turned the cameras on,
Yeah.
I you know, there's a list that you know, the kid Corey would do, and then there's the list that the more, you know, mature Corey would do, Core would do.
Yeah, established, yeah.
But this one has not fallen out of my graces, and that is the Kit Kat.
Okay.
Give me a
definitely was that was definitely one of the ones that I wanted to put on mine, but I just don't really, because they are kind of like, you know, it's something like breaking it off and
Ooh.
like
I
like
love it.
getting that break.
I've got
and
that
then,
association. I love it.
And then just taking a bite and like it's like a chocolate wafer.
It's
kind
a
of.
wafer. Yes. Yeah, it is a wafer
So
indeed.
that's definitely, I don't know. They're pretty good. Now they've kind of here recently they branched out into newer flavors, like limited edition. They had like an apple pie.
Ooh.
And then they had like a mint one, and then they had like a birthday cake.
Well, everyone's been doing the birthday
Birthday
cake thing
yeah.
since like 2015. Everyone's been like on birthday cakes.
Yeah, I think they had like a pumpkin spice one too, or like
That's one of the few weird ones I have tried.
Okay.
Now these days, again as an adult, granola bars have kind of replaced candy bars for the most part for
Okay.
me. You know,
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, we always have a box of the variety packs up in the house just for like quick little. You know, actually, I was doing this research. I was so hungry that I grabbed a s'mores, a granola bar in there because
Okay.
we don't really have any big bars up in the house. You know,
Kind of like a Quaker s'mores.
yeah, Quaker s'mores. Yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah, the Kit Kat, again, the association of just the breaking of it, you can break a couple off and save the rest for later. I've done that once or twice in my life. Sometimes I'm a monster. I don't even break it off. I just take a bite out of all four.
Oh
of them
my
at once.
god!
Just, take a bite out. I saw the genuine
Monster.
shock on your face. Like, Jesus.
Monster.
I know.
Now, as I know you're also a fan of dark chocolate. Have you
Yes.
tried the dark chocolate?
Oh
Kit
yeah,
Kat?
yeah. That would be the go-to in recent years. I
For
see
sure.
that one packaging there. That's more like the British packaging. Since I was looking at my research, you know, Mars being a British company, and just like they kind of rule, like, you know, the big candy, the big cats on candy. It seems like is America, Britain, and Japan. Like those three countries have really just. I don't know if it's
Especially
just the
Japan.
decadence.
I know Japan.
That's
like
where the
they-
mint Kit Kat came
Yeah.
from, and the strawberry
Really?
Kit Kat.
Wow.
That's where they
okay.
started. That's where they test a lot of stuff. I've
can see
noticed.
that,
is
yeah.
the weird
Yeah.
stuff. Let's put the weird stuff over there. They're weird.
See
might
how
like,
they
you
do.
know.
it, Yeah.
It's a very, very closed-minded way that these companies sort of do these things.
Yeah.
And then if they do well in Japan and in America, they go to England, and England's like, you know, they got some weird stuff too. Speaking of, like, I think it was the Palmer brand. They got some weird things there, like Cadbury. Apparently,
Okay,
like they've got some
yeah.
weird offshoots.
So
we'll get
is
into that.
Cadbury is Palmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always assumed it was like Nestle or
You'd
something.
think I think they've done versions of the Cadbury
I'm sure,
egg,
yeah.
but
Cream egg. Well, they got like the Reese's cream eggs and stuff like
mhm.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your number 4?
My number 4, let's see. You might be surprised at this, but it is kind of just that dark chocolate, a Mounds bar. How do you feel
That's
about
on
Mounds?
mine.
See,
That's
now
on mine.
that's like to me, that's an adult candy.
Yes, that's definitely one that in my college days kind of became more of a go-to.
Yeah. Now,
The
I know
Mounds and the Almond Joy. Almond Joy a little bit more for me, and I thought you might not like that because you're
the
more of a nut
nuts,
guy.
yeah.
But I'm surprised you like coconut.
Yeah, that's the only time. Anything else like coconut, like I've tried like coconut milk, just different like coconut things, and I'm not
Mm.
really a fan.
I'm not a fan of the milk or water either, but
Yeah.
the shavings are different. Like you put them on a cake. Do you like them on a cake?
No,
Really?
maybe it's just like a chocolate
It has to
association.
be dark chocolate. Has to be
Yeah,
dark
because
chocolate.
it just mixes so well. Like, I feel like it sweetens it up a little bit. But yeah, mounds, those are little. Yeah.
I gotta say though, guys, I've never gotten one that thick before.
No.
That is false advertising right there.
Well, it's also it's the same thing that has indescribably in the same.
Oh, these are like
Yeah,
homemade
like-
mounds. Those are good too. You if you home
Wow,
make them.
I've never done that, but that is good. But yeah, now those like, and they're kind of soft too,
Mm-hmm.
so I like that about them.
Yes, they
but-
are. They are.
Yeah. Now, as far as almond joy, I haven't had one of those in a long time. But
Yeah, maybe it could change your mind because it really balances out. It becomes this trifecta. But what I've always wanted, and I don't understand why we got to choose between dark chocolate mound and milk chocolate almond joy.
yeah, why you
can't
couldn't
we
have dark chocolate almond joy or milk chocolate mound?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's a very strange distinction they make
for
there.
sure. Yeah, I really now. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to maybe stop
Just
by
give
like
it
a
a try.
gas station or something and like run in and grab an
That's
almond
the only
joy.
time I've had candy bars in my adult year.
100%.
I never.
Never at the grocery store have I ever been like, you know what I want to pick up? Maybe gum. I would pick up maybe gum at like the grocery store. Like,
Yeah.
but
I've done that. I've done
not
that.
that. So what's anything else you want to add on to that before we go to your number 4?
Yeah, so something I'm curious about while we're on the subject of it, I've got a list here this time of things that I'm kind of interested in that I came across.
Wait, what? What is this?
So a Mars Bounty is
a knockoff mounds?
not exactly because it's one of those weird
It's
British
its own
candies
thing?
that
It's
may
its own thing?
exactly it
Okay.
may even predate the mound, and the mound might be the knockoff because there's
Oh,
something very
good
70s
point.
about the Bounty.
True.
Get
your bounty bar.
Yeah, and
Wait, did they have what's that? What's the difference between that blue and that red packaging?
good point. I think this is dark. I think the blue
Is that-
packaging.
wait, what is that? Hold on, look at. Is there fruit in that? Do you see it on the top left? What's in the top left of the bounty bar?
Well, it's just for some reason there's this in their marketing, some sort of has something to do with tropics.
Okay.
There's some sort of
okay.
tropicalness, I guess,
Maybe
because of
just
the
with
coconut.
the coconut. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a coconut tree.
Okay.
But they seem like just a really thick, long mound.
Yeah.
That's what they seem like, especially the red ones because they're dark chocolate. It seems like just a bigger mound for some reason, you know.
To do some research into that. I wonder what that. I wonder when, like, you know, the time difference is between when like the mound came out and the bounty came out.
It's a
to
good
see-
question.
To
It's
see
a good
what came out
question.
first.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Did you see that little mix at the bottom? The bounty mix.
Yeah, so yeah, they got a trail mix
Wow.
with like nuts
okay.
and stuff. Yeah, it seems like a big thing over there. I'm pretty sure
Like
it's like a British
cranberries and
thing.
cashews?
And while we're on the subject, here's the big lineup of British
So
Mars
look at
candies.
the size difference between a Snickers and a Bounty.
Yeah, the
They're kinda
Bounty's
the same.
like bigger. So all that being dark chocolate coconut.
Yeah.
Imagine that. It's the only
It's
thing
gotta
you
be
can say
good.
about the mound is
What's
it's
a
too small.
lion? What's a lion?
So that's the other one that I was saying was real interesting about these British Mars candies is
yeah.
the Lion Bar, which is it's crispy. It's like crispy like actually wrote it down here. It's actually a Lion Bar. It seems like a mix between a Kit Kat and a Twix. It's got the wafers
Okay.
on the inside with the caramel and stuff, and then it's got like a crispy sort of chocolatey outside.
That sounds good.
yeah.
Or
So
how
those
that
are
would be
two.
dark chocolate.
Those are two British candies that like I was just really interested by.
For sure, yeah.
Um,
So what would be your number 4?
So yeah, that would have been the mound. So go ahead with your number 3.
Okay, so we're just both gonna put mound as number 4. So let's see. Number 3, and I want is probably gonna have to be, and it's more of like a guilty pleasure, like a nostalgic. Would be a Three Musketeers bar.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. The Three Musketeers bar. It was getting close to making the cut. Let me see. Oh, this is bringing up PP Cocaine, Three Musketeers featuring Next Youngin.
Oh my
It's
god.
from July of last year. I don't know what that is. I'm
Cocaine.
bookmark that for later.
I always say I got 3 bitches on me like the 3 musketeers. Hey, hey.
No, this is PP Cocaine. All one word.
Oh, okay. PP Cocaine. Okay.
So let's look up
for later.
Three Musketeers candy.
Yeah.
Three Musketeers candy is so it's that classic nougat with the chocolate outside.
Yeah.
What's got you about that? What's got you about that?
I don't know. It's just I feel like it works really well together. It's something that I wouldn't eat today. But it was just that nostalgic. Just when I don't know where I ate it at, but I just remember the Three Musketeers bar, but not when. That's another one you gotta kind of freeze too.
Yeah.
Just because you do not want to eat that too hot. It's just
it's gross.
It really nasty. But there is one I want to shout out to, kind of like this, but it's more of an honorable mentions. A Baby Ruth.
Okay. The Baby Ruth, which fun fact, I got fun facts about both of these actually, but while we're on the subject of Baby Ruth. So the Baby Ruth was named. Oh, this is another Ferrero candy. It was named actually named after the president's daughter at the time. A lot of people think it had something to do with Babe Ruth.
It
had nothing to do with Babe Ruth.
I seen that
because it was introduced
factoid when I was looking this stuff up.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, and did you know that the other thing is the Three Musketeers used to be called the Three Musketeers because it was Neapolitan.
Really?
It had vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry nougat.
I want that.
I know. They did a limited edition one time a few years ago, and it was so good where they re-released
the whole deal.
Strawberry, the chocolate. Look, they even have right here the vintage one. Oh, who's going to on eBay? Shouldn't ask who's gonna, because if it's on eBay, someone's gonna.
Yeah, right.
So that's the old school fun size Three Musketeers, and so there'd be 3 different kinds in there.
3 different ones. Wow.
Yeah. So now it's kind of like, well, what is the 3?
Yeah. Why is it? Yeah.
What the fuck does this have to do with a French adventure novel?
But yeah, the Three Musketeers, that one, it was really good.
And the Baby Ruth is just like a honorable mention.
Yeah, just I wanted to throw it out while I was thinking of traditional, and then it's got some. Doesn't it has some nuts in it, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Payday and a Three Musketeer put together,
which we'll get maybe to later.
All right.
But so what's your number 3?
My number 3. So I mentioned the Kit Kat. I mentioned the Almond Joy / Mound.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3. Let's go ahead and get into the Payday. Payday. It's a perfect snack. It's salty. It's sweet.
Yes.
Got a lot of protein.
Yes.
It's got a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Actually,
for some reason that salty sweet, like that caramel with the nut, together, it just works well together. That was on my list as well.
So it was in the mid-range of calories. I saw some as low as 100 calories, more on the side of like a York or something like that, and then some more on the side of like 300, 400 calories, which is just insane. When you get up into those big candies. But bars, Payday was like right in the mid-range of the calories, so it's a good you definitely don't want to turn around and eat like a whole meal, but you got let's see. 7 grams of protein, which is not bad for a little snack.
Bad. Yeah, and that's totally got to be just strictly just a nut on its own.
yeah.
So that's peanuts, right? And
peanuts, yeah.
And
peanuts, and I think it's like a caramel outside around nougat, if I'm not mistaken.
Nougat, yeah.
But it's like a harder nougat.
Yeah. They're talk about a teeth. Rough on the teeth. That is a Payday.
Payday. Yeah, you don't want to freeze this one.
No.
You don't want to freeze a Payday.
But so that one I can put that one. That one was on my list as well. was the Payday.
Payday, man. Look,
But,
there's a chocolate-covered Payday. I've never seen a
I
chocolate-covered
don't know
Payday.
about that.
This is Payday fudge with candy corn. That's weird.
That is strange. But there's a reason they made it, though. So I wonder what it is.
I mean, if there's anything that pairs well with sugar, it's more sugar.
It's more sugar, right. And you need
So
sugar.
yeah, the
just
Payday
add
was
more
my number
sugar.
3. What's your number 2? Are we already?
So that would be the Payday.
Your Payday? All right.
Yeah.
So
And then-
is
so
the ball
what-
back on my side?
Yeah, so what's your number 2?
Let's see here. Oh, well, honorable mention while we're on the subject of nougat. For me, and this is again more of like childhood Corey, really liked white chocolate. And then somewhere in my enlightenment, I learned like white chocolate is really just cream and sugar. Like it's not
it's not even
really
really a
it's not-
chocolate.
It's cheating. It should be a different thing.
Yeah.
And that was the Zero Bar.
Okay. I
Which-
have never ate a Zero Bar.
It's like a
This
Three
was-
Musketeer with white chocolate on the outside.
Okay. See, I'm just not a fan of white chocolate, so I don't know how that would do.
It's a little fudgy too, which is good. It's fudgy,
Okay.
which is
I
good.
mean, I'll
It's
try
worth a
it.
try.
It's something
it's fudgy.
like
It's
maybe I
nutty.
need to-
It's the white chocolate. You can't even really taste it through the rest of the elements.
Maybe next Halloween when they have the mixed bag, I'll get something with a Zero Bar in it. I'll try
There you
it.
go. There you go. And if you don't like them,
I'll just
over here.
just move them over to you.
So speaking of Hershey, my number 2 pick here is number 3.
That'll be your number 1.
No, we're not already there.
Yeah,
Because I mentioned the Mound, I mentioned the Payday, mentioned the Kit Kat. So no, I'm on my number 2 here, and that would be the Hershey York Patty.
Was that not the Zero Bar?
That was an honorable mention.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
used to like white chocolate.
You're right.
I don't care
You're
for
right.
it as much anymore.
So your number 2 is, what is it?
The Hershey York Peppermint Patty.
Okay.
Which I know
Just-
you're not a fan of because you're not a fan of the minty stuff.
So that's a bar. That's not a chocolate candy.
Yeah, because of its size. Just like a Hershey
Kinda
cup.
like-
It's too big to be a little candy.
So you would put a Reese cup as a bar?
Yeah, Reese Cup's a bar. I think
Well,
we
then,
talked
yeah.
about that when we did that
When we
episode.
did the bar. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
so. I
Yeah,
think so.
you're right. I think you're right. Well, that would.
So the York, I like. It's a good kind of after dinner thing when you don't really want something that's a lot of calories. You don't really want something big. You can just
Isn't
eat
that
one of the little.
that's Olive Garden's like little like deal, right?
Yeah, they got like a chocolate minty thing.
Kind of like a York,
So
but
let me just double check. I don't want to be out here saying it's low calorie and then to turn around and do the flip on 165. So that's not bad.
less than a Payday.
Yeah, this was on the lower side of like the caloric.
Which that's what
value.
I was gonna say. It's mainly just that peppermint and then I guess that chocolate
Yeah.
layer.
And
So how does it compare from a bar like a regular York to like the minis? How does that do?
I like the big cakes better because, as you can see, the miniature candy counterpart to this is the Junior Mint, which is also great. But the York,
So, okay.
you just the Junior Mints, it's pretty much a 50-50 ratio between that cream and chocolate taste. But with this, you barely even taste the chocolate. You're
True,
mainly getting
yeah.
that minty
That
cream.
mint, yeah.
Which back in the day, creams used to be mostly lard for some reason. These days, it's like
Okay.
hydrogenated oils, like you would see in like an Oreo. It's
Right,
a hydrogenated oil with like a little bit of milk in there. But it's just I like the zesty, fresh taste of like a mint.
Right,
You
right,
know.
exactly.
So it's good for that. Is my thing.
Okay. Yeah, I've never
I mean, that's it.
I've never really been a fan of the, which I know you mentioned. I've never really been a fan of that chocolate and mint together. Although there was a local spot, the Radford Coffee Co. Me and my partner Jazz, we went there one time, and she likes this thing called the peppermint patty, and it's like a milkshake.
Ooh. Does it have
and
like coffee in it
I don't think so. I
It's
think
just
it's
a
just a
milkshake?
milkshake. Yeah,
with like chocolate and mint?
mint. Yeah,
That sounds good.
yeah.
That
yeah.
sounds really good.
Now me, not even a fan. That was good.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Now, if we definitely mentioning, you're right. I completely forgot. So, Reese cups definitely going to be an honorable mentions, way up there.
Yeah.
Reese cups are really good. Now, as far as another honorable mention, I want to put out there. Have you had a Take 5?
Oh, the Take 5. The Take 5. I have once or twice.
Yeah.
That one's good. That's got like. It reminds me of like a kitchen sink cookie.
Right. It's just got everything in it. Now, what? So, can you pull up what all is in a Take 5?
Oh, I almost said fast break.
Reese's Fast Breaks are good too. Take 5.
Take 5. Take 5. I get them mixed up because they're both basically
Very
like,
similar, like you said, the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So it's got the pretzel, and then the Reese's.
So I think it's funny because I think we talked about this before. It's technically Reese's, but most people, especially around in our area, say Reese's or Reese.
Reese's Take 5.
Yeah, it's a Reese's, like a name. That's a person's name. So it's got chocolate cookie,
Okay.
marshmallow, peanut butter. Oh no, these are different versions. I was about to be like, huh?
What was I do? What?
Oh, there was a formulation change. Take 5, amongst other candy bars products, included cocoa butter. However, beginning in 2006, cocoa butter began to increase dramatically. 2008,
Wow.
So they started to use. Oh, there was vegetable sesame seed oil. I'm a big peanut butter oil guy, or peanut oil, not peanut butter oil.
Peanut butter oil.
Why doesn't it say like?
I know what is
All right,
the
I'm
layers?
sorry. Chocolate, peanuts, caramel, peanut butter, pretzel.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like a Snickers with pretzel.
Yeah. So what?
Interesting.
So what are the big candy bars that has like marshmallow in it?
I was thinking about this earlier, and I kept coming back to snack cakes. Of course, those don't count, but I couldn't think of a lot. There's the Mallow Cup.
Mallow Cup, yeah.
That's the only one I can think of. Aside from, like, you got your Easter candies that got, like, marshmallow in them. Peeps. But that's not really a candy bar. I don't even know what a peep is.
Yeah, sugar.
Just a confection.
Yeah. But
so, it looks like there were other...
Yeah,
so it released in 2004. I remember when it came out.
Yeah.
So there was chocolate cookie, marshmallow, peanut butter, white chocolate. I've seen the white chocolate kind. I've never tried it, but I've had the Take 5.
Chocolate cookie? That would be interesting.
It'd be interesting.
So I guess we'll move on to my number 1 here.
But you just said the Take 5.
No, that was an honorable mention.
Okay.
So now I guess number 1, keeping to like with the pretzel, is the Hershey's Gold.
Hershey Gold? I forgot about this thing. Oh, I've seen this thing around.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've tried this.
It's super good.
So it's pretzel, you say? There's pretzel in that.
Yeah, pretzel and peanuts. Which is very interesting because I'm not a fan of peanuts.
With the caramelized cream.
So it's kind of like it's got almost like a payday, almost like because it's more of like a caramelized cream with peanuts and pretzels. So
interesting. It looks good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And they're not too bad like teeth wise as far as that goes. Like but yeah, they're really, really good. Now those are okay if they get a little warm. Because it's not like
have you froze one?
I have not. I need to try that.
Any Hershey bar is good frozen because it's thin enough that it's not going to make it too hard.
Yeah, and like you said, like what is that?
It's a foreign version of.
Oh, okay. It has like that green tint to it.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Hershey Gold made with olive oil or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
I could see that.
They're
Wow.
really good.
Yeah.
Did you have any honorable mentions before?
Before moving along, I mentioned just another creamy Hershey thing I've always liked, but kind of fell off for me because of the white chocolate. Is the cookie and cream bar.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really been a fan of that one.
Yeah, it's great. I like anything cookie and cream. Anything Oreo like that. Speaking of, my last thing that I was curious about that I haven't tried, but I'm probably gonna try as soon as the Nabisco Oreo bar. They made a candy bar.
Okay.
I think it
Wow.
might have been a limited thing. I don't know if it's still available, but
Try
I'm
to
gonna look for
look
that.
around.
Dude, I couldn't find those vampire kisses.
Really? Yeah.
Couldn't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
eBay.
Yeah,
I'm not going
eBay
to
is going to be
eBay.
about the only place. Yeah,
Next-
maybe Amazon.
Maybe. But anytime you get anything like that on Amazon, it's been sitting in a warehouse
Somewhere, yeah,
Yeah.
dusty, like you're dusting it off.
I've known people
like,
that get Gatorades with like these boogery things in it,
Ew,
like
yeah.
the stuff solidifies.
strange.
But nah, next October, I'll be
Yeah,
on the lookout.
for sure. Vampire Kisses somewhere.
Yeah, if they haven't been, discontinued. But
yeah.
I mean, come on, man, you got a Kiss version of a cordial
Of a
cherry.
yeah, that's gonna be good.
But yeah, that was all my honorable mentions before getting to my number one here,
So
which
what
would
is
be
that
the Mars Twix.
Twix.
Twix
Wow,
is my
okay.
number one. It's a big thing that Ranger Rebecca, my partner, and I have bonded on. We always go for the left Twix.
The left Twix.
Yeah, give away the right ones. Don't let anything right in this
that
house.
triple chocolate Twix was crazy.
That was insane. Like, I'm surprised neither of us brought up the Toblerone.
I've never really
Just
ate
a
it.
quick shout out. It's good. It's good. It's a very good chocolate. But I learned that it's one of those things, kind of like Haagen-Dazs was made
Yeah.
to sound like exotic, but it's not exotic at all.
It's not really. Yeah.
I was shocked to learn that the Haagen-Dazs was made in like Brooklyn or something.
Really.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
It's not fancy at all.
Yeah.
It's all packaging.
Fancy prices.
These are pretty good. They're one of the few ice cream versions of a thing that's good. I don't usually like
Cookies
the
and
ice
cream
cream
Twix.
versions.
Yeah. Twix. Oh yeah.
Twix
Twix
Dark.
Dark. That
Twix
one
Dark
was
right
good.
there is
Yeah,
fucking-
that one was good.
that shit's tops. Yeah, I love it.
So,
Yeah, it's
see,
and it's
so-
just it's that wafer, much like the Kit Kat, just like that crisp
that
little
good
snap.
little break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're another thing. If you put them in the fridge for a little bit,
Look. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I
freezer
haven't
makes
had
the
a
caramel
Twix.
too hard. but
Yeah.
refrigerator, it's
It's cold.
Oh,
Don't need
these
to be-
things are pretty good too. The Kinder Buenos, the Buenos.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, little
They're-
Kinder. They're almost like
Like a
the Kinder
creamy-
Egg. Like
Yeah, yeah, but they're very creamy, like a creamier Twix.
I need to try those out. I
But
haven't had that before.
I don't know why. I've never cared for the big ones.
Yeah, like the
Milky Way,
Snickers.
Snickers.
Yeah, they're not nothing too fancy. Nothing
Yeah,
too fancy.
don't overcomplicate.
The dark Milky Ways were good.
They are good. They're good.
But nothing.
They're overrated.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
They're
nothing,
overrated.
nothing in particular. Now is that all you had to add to the bars?
That's it, man. That's all my bars.
All right, well, guys, please, if you would add your 5 below, and I think you know where to find Cora here.
Corey the Curator.
But please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Stay snide.
Stay rye. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow.
What's that? What's that when people
That's
do
the
that?
Soldier Boy.
That's the Soldier Boy. I've done it my whole life. I don't know what it's called. Oh. Sure hope they check out the other videos that are recommended here. We're increasing the quality. The quality.
Quality.
Oh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was an accident too. The quality.